Well, the president just wrapped up a visit to Humayun's tomb. We're now getting the first pictures of the Obamas at this historical monument there, the renovated mausoleum of the second Mughal emperor Humayun. They were meant to do a whole lot of things here, and there they are interacting with conservation workers, with some underprivileged children, and even those artisans who are renovating the mausoleum's pillars and latticed windows. There we can see the Obamas with those children there. They're those children, we're told, aged between 5 and 8, who've been attending makeshift schools at the complex. Using a translator there, the Obamas with those children, we're told, those workers, still wrapping up the renovation of some of those pillars at the tomb, also interacting with the Obamas. There are, of course, top officials of the Archaeological Survey of India and the Aga Khan Trust with the Obamas. The Aga Khan Trust, of course, spearheading the renovation of this complex in 2004. And that's a photo opportunity there for everybody present, there for all those young children in particular. Photo opportunity, beg your pardon. Photo opportunity there for those children. As they all said, cheese perhaps looking into the cameras there. The Obamas at Humayun's tomb. That's one postcard that they can go back home with. That's, of course, wrapping up their cultural visit and their little bit of sightseeing, perhaps the only bit that they've managed to do here in Delhi. The Obamas, of course, had to be very keen to visit the Taj Mahal, but there were logistical reasons and also scheduling problems because of which that wasn't possible. But this, perhaps, is some sort of a compensation. It's a very well-preserved monument, and a monument that Delhi is particularly fond of. The Obamas spent 30 to 40 minutes here just a short while back. And the Taj Mahal actually is some say in all likelihood is modelled on the Humayun's tomb, which came roughly 100 years before the Taj was completed. A lot of the inspiration, we are told, is derived from the Humayun's tomb, and little gifts for all those children from the Obamas. Their delighted children at having received those gifts. There, a personal touch really by the Obamas for those little children there. He clearly came prepared with all of this gifts for all those youngsters. Maybe a moment that those young children will not forget in a hurry. The Obamas really leaving their imprint, as I said, a personal touch there by the US President and his wife. And these children, we're told, study in makeshift schools in this complex, come from the economically underprivileged sections of society. But clearly this is a moment that they're not going to forget. And there they are waving farewell to the president. This is clearly one postcard that they're not going to be forgetting. And that's the Obamas perhaps on their way in to see the monument. That's the first image that we got of the Obamas there. And there they are, headed perhaps to the monument there, being shown around. There are, of course, beautiful lawns all around the Humayun's tomb, and the president and his wife taking out a few moments to just admire the Humayun's tomb. The Humayun's tomb was, in fact, built by Humayun's widow, Hamida Banu Begum. She's also known as Haji Begum. She began the construction of the Humayun's tomb in 1569, 14 years after he died. Historians say it's the first distinct example of proper Mughal style. And in fact, it was constructed at a cost of 15 lakh rupees. There you can imagine what a huge, huge amount it must have been back then. That's how much the Humayun's tomb cost, and it did sort of go down briefly before being renovated in 2004. The ASI and the Aga Khan Trust, of course, responsible for that renovation. It's one of the most magnificent monuments that we have today. We're seeing those images once again of the Obamas interacting with those children there. They also came prepared with gifts for those young ones, personal touch there, handing out those gifts there for them. Right, the Obamas came prepared clearly for that meeting with those children there. They got a tour of Humayun's tomb, top officials of the SI and the Aga Khan Trust there, admiring the gardens and of course the architecture as well.